Come on in, man. I'm gonna give y'all a chance to come on in. I'm gonna get the audience a chance to build. I'm gonna let the people do their thing because I got some powerful people today that's gonna talk to you guys about capitalism, about money, about increasing your money, about investing your money, the importance of getting returns on those investments, the importance of having a change in mindset. They're gonna tell you where they're from, meaning the origin of their financial journey. They're gonna tell you where they are now and what has happened to them as a result of that journey. We're gonna have a lot of fun, man. So make sure you guys come on in, tap in, and share this link with everybody that you know, because guess what? It's Financial Literacy Month. That's right, April. It's Financial Literacy Month. It's also the best month in the world. I don't know why, but on the 18th of April, some amazing things happened back in 1975. But that's another story. When I heard that April was Financial Literacy Month, I said they gave the wrong organization a whole month. That's all we talk about is wealth. All we talk about is abundance. All we talk about is investing. All we talk about is assets. And we do that because we know that most Americans will struggle. Most Americans will retire, unfortunately. Most Americans will retire, dependent on federal government, friends, and family. Most Americans don't make enough in their current years to retire and have enough passive income in their future years. So these are just facts. So what we do is say, okay, let's just pull back the veil for a minute. Why are some Americans wealthy, right? $1 trillion brands and $1 billion brands, and why are the majority of the Americans struggling? Well, it's because of the things that we talk about on this Zoom. So I'm gonna go ahead real quick and pick up my phone and hit share personally, right? If you want to see us and share this, you can send them straight to howtoachievewealth.com. That's our website, howtoachievewealth.com. So I want to share this right now with everybody I know because everybody I know needs to know this. We're going to call this simplicity. Simplicity. The SIMP stands for shift, increase, multiply, and protect. Shift, increase, multiply, and protect. So we call it, it's time to simplify. I'm gonna call it simplify to multiply. Simplify to multiply. So I'm sharing this with all my people and I'm gonna get right into it. I got some powerful guests that are gonna take this Zoom by storm as you guys come on. Excuse me, so check it out. For those I've never met, my name is Brian Beane. I'm the founder of an organization called the Extra Digit Movement. And what that means is we show you how to grow your net worth one digit at a time, but we do it using strategies, not sales, not a bunch of hype, not a bunch of fluff, real strategies. And we have a lot of real people who are getting real results. So as you guys come on, let us know how far this message is reaching by typing in your cities. Type in your cities, type in your cities. And before I talk any further, here's what I want to do, right? What's up, Birmingham? I see you. What's up, Birmingham? My friend, Tampa, Florida, Fayetteville, Georgia. What's going on? Long Beach, California in the building. Brooklyn, New York. What's going on? So what I want to do with you guys real quick, I'm going to bring my guests up right now, right? They're backstage waiting. I'm going to bring my guests up right now because I want us to talk about our tipping point, right? What was the tipping point that made us say, I got to get money as an issue out the way? What was the tipping point or that moment in life where you said to yourself, no more? What was that tipping point where you said excuses are useless? The first gentleman I want to bring up, I got a lot of respect for. He's pioneering the Northeast. This gentleman I've known now for over 5 years, but we feel like we're brothers from a different mother. Y'all do me a favor. I want to welcome to the stage, Mr. Trevor Martin. What's up, Trevor?
What's up, Brian? How you doing?
Hey, man, I'm good. How you feel?
I feel amazing, man.
All right, man. We got some people watching tonight that want to know how we do with the 72-hour money challenge, how we are getting trust funds, how we're getting assets, how we're getting land, how we're getting out of debt, how we got 800 credit scores. We're going to talk about how to do it. I want to know about your tipping point first. Mr. Charles Ivory is now a $1 million residual ring club earner. This gentleman has multi-million-dollar investment properties. This gentleman has 800 credit scores along with his wife, Cookie. This gentleman has a trust fund home over 6,000 square feet. And if that wasn't big enough, he's building a detachment. Oh, that's about 2,500 square feet. And if that wasn't enough, it's on the water. And if that wasn't enough, he got a swimming pool that's on the water. I'm gonna brag on him because he won't brag on himself. Charles Ivory, I call him CI. What's up, Charles?
What's going on, Brian? What's going on?
Good, man. I'm good. Listen, I want to talk to the people listening about the mindset first. What was the tipping point? Trevor, I'm gonna start with you. What was that moment? And you may have more than one, but we're gonna keep this thing short. What was that moment? And I'll end with mine, where you said, you know what? Enough is enough, man. I'm just tired of being in the situation I'm in. I'm gonna be a part of the extra digit movement so they can grow my net worth. I can get some mentorship. What was the tipping point for you if you had to pick one moment where you just said, I'm never going back to the old me?
Hey, man, that's a great question, Brian. I would say the tipping point for me is when I realized I was working three jobs. I was getting no sleep and I still didn't have any money, really. I would go from one job to the next job, maybe get some sleep in between, but it was getting to the point that it was pretty much about to put me in the hospital. I was like, this isn't making sense. I'm a U.S. veteran. I'm trying to figure out why is it when I make more money, they take so much from taxes. I got to work a side job to make up for what they took, but then they tax me again. So now I'm trying to make a off the records job. It just wasn't working out. And I said, something has to work, just not me. And then I bumped into someone. I went to YouTube and I heard someone said that, you can make money with strategies. You don't have to be working so hard. And that's when I clicked and said, I need to get with that gentleman ASAP so I could go back to working one job and getting some sleep and some rest.
And I remember when you called me, man. I actually remember the day. I remember the day you reached out to me, and I'm forever grateful because since then, man, we've been partnered up, and now you got residual income coming, and your life has changed. Charles, talk to the people, man. Everybody out there has I won't call it a breaking point, but a tipping point. Everybody has to understand when you had enough, when you want to do things different. Charles, what was yours? Did you have a moment where you were like, I'm mentally making the shift so they can recognize when they need to make it?
Right. For me, it was when I first got into the military, Brian, right out of high school. And they gave me this plastic card and told me that I can spend money on. It was a DPP card for those that's in the military. They call it a STAR card now. And I had $1,000 limit, Brian, $1,000, and I maxed it out right away. And it took me over 3 years to try to pay off that card. Wow. And it seemed like it never would go down. And then my father had passed away and I had to pay for the funeral. And I didn't know where I was going to get the money in order to do it. And I felt like I was drowning because I had these credit cards that I'm trying to feed and keep up on. And then I had to come up with $10,000 to bury my father. And then that's when I knew that, hey, I got to do something different with my finances. I had a savings, they told me to save for the rainy day, but then it rained. And then after it rained, I was broke. I was done. And that was my tipping.
I hear you.
That was my moment.
Mine was simple. I'll keep it sweet. I was at the airport. I wanted a honey bun. I was dead broke. Trevor, they say if you get a little bread on your stomach, like that's better than sugar, right? Or candy bar.
Exactly.
I was shaking the vending machine because it got stuck. The little spiral thing turned. My honey bun got jammed between the little metal piece and the glass, and it didn't drop. I'm a grown man at the airport, shaking a honey bun machine in Bloomfield, Illinois. I'll never forget at the airport. I'm shaking a honey bun machine, hoping that my meal for the rest of the day would drop so I can eat. Not only that, I call the 800 number, Charles, on the machine as if some guy gonna pull up. like they're gonna send me a 75-cent refund. I said, what am I doing? What am I doing? There's somebody out there right now listening to the three of us that don't understand. We don't just have residual income now because it came from nowhere. We don't just buy houses and land now because we didn't change our mindset. We're not just traveling the world and spending time with our families now because we didn't start our own business. It all began with a tipping point. I want everybody listening tonight, just write down what your tipping point was. It's not a breaking point, right? It's a tipping point where you said to yourself, no more, no more. So at some point, we all joined, Charles, Make Wealth Real. Trevor, we joined Make Wealth Real. What was y'all's first, Trevor, I'll start with you. When you heard Make Wealth Real and you saw that we could do the things that we do for people, get their credit scores up 800, 700, 750, which brings their interest rates down, a whole staff of enrolled agents, doing your taxes is included, right? Eliminating over $64,000 in debt per person. That's the average for our members. Negotiate all your bills down. And all that can begin within 72 hours. Trevor, what did you think when you first heard that? Was it skepticism? And we can be honest. Was it excitement? I'm in. Look, I got 3 jobs. I ain't got nothing to lose. Did you have to do $1 million worth of research? What was your first impression when you heard about this thing?
Where y'all been all my life? That was the first. That was the first thing that crossed my mind, Brian. I was too broke to be skeptical. I'm sorry, brother. I said, look, if they're gonna do all the work, all I do is just upload some documents. I'm uploading stuff on social media anyway. Just get me out this mess.
And Charles, what was when you saw Charles? Did you hesitate? Did you toss and turn because you couldn't sleep in a good way? Did you toss and turn because you couldn't sleep because you were skeptical? Did you do 3 weeks worth of research? What was your first impression?
Hey, I gotta run to it. I was in another company, Brian, and I thought I was pretty successful. I had over 400 people in my organization, and I was earning about $1,500 a month. And then I saw the compensation plan that I can earn $600 a month with just 12 people, $1,500 a month with 36, and I had 400. And then they told me that the experts did all the work. That's all I needed to hear. I can earn more money, and then the experts do all the work.
Okay, so
I didn't have to sleep on it. I was in.
Okay, so let's freeze right there. So new people, what you know so far is the experts do all the work. Get your credit scores up. Trevor said it best. Just upload your documents. Get your taxes down. Upload 2 pay stubs. Get your debt down. Just input your numbers and we'll either avalanche it or snowball it and show you how to get a debt-free date and a millionaire date. Upload your bills, right? Portal number 4, internet bill, cell phone bill, pest control bill. They renegotiated my ADT bill. All those things come down. So what we want y'all to see is the ease of the membership, which is only $149 a month. Everybody write that down. Brings back buying power of over $2,173 on average. Membership investment, $149 per month. Buying power brought back $2,173 per month. It's a win-win. Now, Charles, we got a lot of people out there, man, who I got to talk to the husband. I got to talk to the wife. Talk about the importance, Charles, when you married. Talk about the importance of both people being on the same page financially. You and Cookie have done some amazing things. You got the Ivory Complex commercial property. You got land out in California. When you see couples that the one doesn't get it or the other doesn't get it, but it helps both families, talk to me about being married and finances and how they correlate.
Well, I never understood how you can be married and not be equally yoked. The one thing that I am blessed with is that I have a supporting spouse. You know, she supports me in everything that I do. We both earn our own money, and if it's not a big ticket item, 10,000, 20,000 or more, we don't even discuss that. Brian, this opportunity is $149, and if you take the $100 upgrade, it's $250. My spouse could not say anything to me about taking this when she get her hair done and the bundles is $600 or $700. That's not even to install it, you know. And she never had a conversation with me never had a conversation with me. My wife will go out to the mall.
So what you're saying is, when it comes to couples, for some reason, I think, yeah, I'm sorry, Charles. We had a quick pause on my internet. For some reason, what you're saying is, when it comes to couples, we spend $149 on a membership, $149 or $249 if you want to make daily checks with us that we're going to talk about. We spend that all the time in other things, but for some reason, when it comes to a business, married couples tend to overthink it. Like, why do you think that is? Why is it okay for me to spend $150 on dinner or $150 on groceries, but not $150 or $250 on a business without having a long, drawn-out discussion? And we're not judging marriages. I'm just saying, why do you think what do you think the mental block is?
Honestly, I think they just don't want to fess up, so they just don't have the money most of the time. That's what I'm thinking, is that you just don't have the money. But in reality, you do have the money. It's what you placing the value on. You know, I just went out to dinner last weekend. I celebrated my 20th anniversary, and just a dinner for two. And shout out to Trevor. He set that up for me. Thank you, buddy. Just a dinner for two, man. I spent over $240 something just for a dinner for two. And you telling me that we have something that's $250 that can put you in a position to write off the dinner for two, you know? And so I think when people can understand the value of what they're getting instead of thinking of what they're giving away, too many people see this as a bill. And I think that monthly thing, it triggers people because it's a monthly membership, and that triggers people. But they're not triggered when they pay a monthly gym membership, or they pay a monthly cable bill, or when they pay that monthly cell phone bill, because that's something that they want. But for something like this that they need, for some reason, it's a bill that they can't be added to the rest of the stuff that they have going on.
I got you. Trevor, not from a marriage perspective, but from an educational and a mindset perspective. Why do you think the average person, when it comes to business and invest in something as small as when we show them the statistics and a money back guarantee, let's be clear, $149 brings back about $2,173. Money back guarantee if you don't like it. $249 one time puts you in business to get residual income. You've been claiming you've been working your whole life. Trevor, why do you think most people, not from a marriage perspective, but are just skeptical when it comes to investing in themselves? Is it indoctrination? Is it past fears, failures? Why won't I invest in myself when the return is so high?
That's a great question, Brian. I would say it starts with mindset. I think it's the way that we are. A lot of us have been programmed that for some reason, when we put money into ourselves, that it's a risky investment. In other words, we are so focused on the price, the $149, we're not even listening to the part that says you're getting back about $2,000 in value. If you did the math, who wouldn't trade $150 to get back $2,000?
Right.
It's a no-brainer. But for some reason, we see the membership as an expense. Like, here comes another bill. Instead of looking at it as, here's something that's going to shift money that I'm already giving out back into my own pockets. And now I could take that money and invest it into something else that's going to bring back more money. And until we make that mindset shift, that we have to understand we are our greatest investment. The education we get alone just from the membership is worth its weight in gold. But we have to have the mindset to want more and stop looking at investing in ourselves as something that's risky, especially when they got a money back guarantee. That's what got me. I said 30 days. If they don't work, they give me back my money. No harm, no foul.
That's right. I think guys that are listening who are brand new, you got to remember this too when it comes to Make Wealth Real and everything we're buying and everything we're investing in. You're actually taught that if you don't work for money and earn money, it can't be real. And believe it or not, that's why most people don't understand the power of $149 or $249, because they believe that you got to trade time for dollars in order to make thousands of dollars. They've never learned about phantom money. See, the first thing you got to do is shift your money back, ladies and gentlemen, away from the people who shifting it away from you. The government shifts it away from you with taxes. The banks shift it away from you with debt and interest, right? Big business shifts it away from you with marketing and commercials. And the credit companies shift it away from you with high interest rates due to low credit scores. When you just get back $300 to $800 a month in taxes, pay the debt off and bring that $1,000 back into your household, that's $1,500 on average right there. You didn't earn it. You just stopped giving it away. When MWR took my credit score from a 734 to a 777 to an 811, the interest rates I get now are unbelievable. So I'm building equity and I'm borrowing the bank's money for pennies on the dollar and leveraging it to build my real estate portfolio. See, the key, Charles, and we always talk about it, it's the money made between what? Between the lines.
Between the lines.
Between the lines. And as long as you guys out there watching think that money has to be worked for, it has to be earned, yeah, that's true for our grandparents. Yeah, that's true for our parents. But with education comes a different level of awareness that you're supposed to be tapping into. That's true for the Rockefellers' grandparents and it's true for the Rockefellers' parents. See, for a long time, this stuff was hidden. And it's just taken most people a while to pull it back and realize that you make money between the lines. And then when you show people how to make money between the lines, we get paid up to $15,000 per day. That's right, up to $15,000 per day. So Trevor, let me ask you this. How have you changed as a person since being part of our movement, Extra Digit? How has your walk or confidence or mentality, when did you know you had become a new person? Did you have an epiphany there?
Yeah, that's a good question, Brian. I noticed the change when I just started looking at how I manage my money different. Like before, I would sit there and get money, and the first things were, well, I'm gonna buy with this after I pay my bills and stuff. And I knew I changed when before I spent the dollar, the first thing I did was put 30% to the side just for myself. Then I sit there and put another 30%, for my daily stuff that I had to take care of. Then the 30% I put away, and I left 10% just for charity or whatnot. And I said, hold on, Brian taught us to do this, but when I saw myself actually doing it, I started saying, oh wow, I actually do have money for myself. I don't have to just give bill collectors, all these people, my money, but it's not really so much about how much money you have, it's how you manage it.
That's right. That's right. Charles, what was the moment for you, man? We talked about the tipping point moment. We talked about the $1,000 card. When did you say to yourself, you know what? I'm making a little money, right? when you bought what? Or did what?
Well, it wasn't when I bought anything. It was when, prior to this, I used to have an Excel spreadsheet with all my bills, and I had to make sure that I marked each bill being paid, and I had a running total of the balance of how much money I had left to do whatever it was. I knew I changed when I got rid of the chart, when there was more money than anything else left over. I had enough money to pay my bills, and then I became debt free. When I put the chart away and I didn't have to track it every day, I had changed. I felt like I had freedom. I ain't saying that I ain't have any more problems, but money wasn't one of them.
Right.
And so I knew I had changed at that point.
Right.
And I would tell you, you had asked me about the couple things, and I had to owe a lot of that to my wife, because, and this is what I like to say to the married couples, you gotta be united in this thing. You don't know how easy it is for me to go out and work this business with the support of my wife. She allows me to get out to talk to people. She understands the assignment. She knows where we want to go, and we want to go together. And I'm a little bit better at it than she is. She lets me fly, and you can fly if you got somebody that's the wind beneath your wings. And And I would never be where I'm at in this position right here today if I didn't have her support, you know. So it's very important to support the spouse, and my wife supported me by getting in it. You know, I joined. She was the first one to partner with me, you know, and said, "Hey, we're gonna make this run together. You know, you're gonna do this thing, and I'm gonna do it with you, because we had a goal that we wanted to meet, and this thing has far past our goals. We didn't see this life coming. We didn't see this life coming." And I'm telling you, when I got rid of that Excel spreadsheet, the world lifted off of my shoulder.
That's right. Well, I tell you guys what, before we go, that's our 30 minutes. We're going to be back on this Zoom tomorrow, right? With another opportunity for you guys all listening. Same website, howtoachievewealth.com, to expose people to what we do in Extra Digit. I want the members of Extra Digit, because this is being recorded, right? A few hundred to see it tonight, a few thousand to see it over the next couple of weeks. And I want the guys who are in the business already, all of the members that are in the business, I want you to type just your instant pay raise, meaning how much did the experts put back in your pocket and take away from the government by you opening a home-based business for $249 if you want to open a business, $149 if you just want our experts. Put that in the, and I'm gonna have the facilitator put some of these up on the screen. Guys, type in how much just the pay raise came back into your household. Okay, how much came back into your household from the actual membership? And we're gonna pop these up on the screen here. And meanwhile, Trevor, did you do when you joined the business? Did you do an instant pay raise?
I did, however, I really make most of my money from the job I was at tips, so it didn't make that much of a difference. But the amount of money I got back from them saving me on my phone bill and the cable bill, that was an instant pay raise for me.
Okay, so we got $700 a month. We got from Anita, $1,006 a month from Monifa, $2,960 per month from Derek Ray, $1,076 from Niet. Sheila Rawls, I see $365 per month. So to all you guys watching that are brand new, that's the money that we brought back into your check on your job, because now that you invested in a business, our enrolled agents adjust your W-4. They're trained by the IRS. And then your paycheck on your job gets higher because the taxes get smaller, because the government really wants you to have your money up front if you have a home-based business. All right, Extra Digit, do me a favor. Type in the from and the to of your new credit score. Used to be one number, to this number. Was this number, to this number. I went from a 734 to a 811, right? Charles, what'd you go from?
Well, I went from like a 720 to a 832 overall, but my best story was always my granddaughter, who went from a 356 to a 763. That was over 400 points. And
400 point swing. Okay, so let me have my facilitator start over with the credit real quick. Start over from the beginning. I got Monifa Bartley, 644 to a 751. I got Regina Turner, 486 to a 712. Check that out. I got Dr. Roselle, 549 to a 721. I got Derek Ray, a 734 to a 834. You know, I got Marcella Gardner, 667 to a 782. So what I'm telling you guys, you can just keep popping them up there. Barry Fleet, 787 to a 840. See whether it's good credit, decent credit, poor credit, great credit. A lot of stuff is just illegal, and they can't do it to you. People, companies, these agencies can't do that to you and break the law just to hurt your credit scores. They can't do it. So what's my point tonight, ladies and gentlemen? The person that introduced you just brought you to a panel discussion to hear three gentlemen, and who knows, tomorrow it'll probably be three young ladies, right? We call that flow, the first ladies of wealth. Tomorrow night, three young ladies just talk to you about how our lives are changing. How did I purchase 20 acres of land? How did Charles do what? Get his dream home. How did Trevor go from working 3 jobs to bringing money back into his house? Now he's investing and he has enough money to give 10% away to church and charity. That's what it's all about. Why? Because we made a $149 investment or a $249 investment, and the monthly is $149 either way. I personally now make more money in a month than I was making all year with a Morehouse degree, all because I took the time to upload some documents, get my finances in order, and share with other people how they can do the same thing. Charles Ivory, you rock. I'm super proud to have you on the team. Trevor Martin, you rock, man. You're one of the best testimonies I've seen. I can't wait till you build your dream house. I can't wait till you get the land you want. I can't wait till you get your precious metals. I can't wait till you get your trust fund. And these are just things that we do because finally we have people who do it all for us. We'll see you guys tomorrow night. Bring some people back. Get with the person that invited you so you can find out how to get your membership or how to open your business and get started tonight. God bless you guys. Have a good night. Thanks so much.
Good night.
Good night.